Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Just wanted to bring you a very quick forecast update. Tomorrow, we've had this possibility again of some severe weather. I know it seems redundant. We've had strong storms in the forecast. We had some today. In fact, Evansville had some damage, 22,000 without power and some 70-mile-per-hour winds. Some shingles knocked off, plenty of power lines and trees down. So here in southwest Indiana, we did have a little bit of severe today. Yesterday, we caught a break, and it went mostly down in Kentucky. And then the day before, we had some pretty powerful storms roll through as well. We got a chance again tomorrow, but in the short term here tonight, here we are at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The rain's all gone. It's down to our south, and it is not going anywhere. It is gone for the night as far as that is concerned. We've been cleared from the severe thunderstorm watch. Nothing to worry about that. Might have some showers that move in late during the overnight hours, but nothing really significant outside of that. Now, tomorrow, we are under a slight risk for severe weather, and there you can see it all across the area, all in the yellow. So all of southern Indiana, all of Kentucky, even southern Illinois cashing in on that slight risk of severe weather. And basically, the biggest chance is going to come with the cold front moving our way. We'll start off tomorrow morning here about 8 a.m. There's the cold front off to our north. It advances pretty quickly by the afternoon hours. It's around Lafayette, continuing to move south, and then by the time we come to 8 p.m., it's mostly through the area. So looks like those storms would develop primarily along the cold front during the afternoon hours, and we'll have to see what that does as far as severe. The ingredients are certainly there. If we're looking at our strong storm energy here, our cape, we're going to cook tomorrow afternoon. We're going to see a little more sunshine tomorrow than we did today, and you can see here we've got 4,000, 3,000 plus joules per kilogram of cape, and that's going to be more than enough fuel, convective available potential energy. That's fuel in the atmosphere for those storms. You need some substantial cape this time of year to be able to get some storms with that. Got it. You need some wind energy too to get organized severe weather. You need about 35 knots or more of severe winds to be able to do that somewhere in the atmosphere. And we got that. We've got anywhere from say 45 to 40 to 45 knots around the area around the time the storms would develop. So the wind energy is not the best in the world, but it is certainly there. Forcing, looks like we got some forcing to go along with the cold front too. This will give us an idea of when those storms could come. As you know, if you've watched my videos this morning, future radar has been performing pretty pathetic. What we're looking at here is vorticity, and this is going to give us a measure of spin in the atmosphere that's going to help us know where the forcing is when those storms could come through. So here we are, we're going into the early overnight hours. This would be about 2 a.m. or so here. Got a little bit of forcing out to our west, but there's nothing over us, probably no shower activity at that time, possibly some shower activity developing out here with that. That starts to move over us, and I would say by tomorrow morning, here we go into this would be about 10 a.m. This would be about 11 a.m. rather, and this would be about 2 p.m. You got some forcing that moves through the area. So it's possible with that we could get some storms roll through during the morning hours. I wouldn't rule it out. We do have a little bit of piece of energy moving over us, but primarily we'll come into the afternoon hours as we go. There's the advance of the cold front. You can see a little bit of forcing here and there at the dots along the cold front as it comes through, and that's primarily when our severe storms would take place. But again, we've got a little bit of forcing in the morning, so we could have some storms both in the mid-morning and through the afternoon hours. I'll go ahead and show you future radar just for giggles here and just show you that it's not handling this very well. Going to the overnight hours, it does want to maybe use some of that forcing that's out to our west to develop some showers overnight, and that pushes through possibly early tomorrow morning. By the time you get into the mid-afternoon hours, though, not really much going on here, as you can see. Maybe a response to that forcing down here, but that's kind of displaced from where the forcing was. I still think we might see this light up in the morning. I wouldn't guarantee that it's completely dark here. But then during the afternoon hours, what it wants to do is, you notice we got some scattered, spotty kind of storms developing along the cold front as it moves through tomorrow night. Now, future radar has been pathetic and about having the right look to it, so take this with a grain of salt. It's an idea for us that some storms would be around, but really I think the better way is forecasting just here with the forcing instead of using future radar. And again, this would indicate to me this would be about 11 a.m. on Friday. Here we are by about 2 p.m. on Friday. There's some forcing moving through the area. That could be enough lift to fire some thunderstorms up with that. And then we've got some of that lift coming through in the evening time with the passage of the cold front. It's probably a couple of windows for some storms tomorrow afternoon, and we'll kind of keep that in mind. So here's the way the forecast looks. Go to southernindianaweather.com. It is mobile friendly, by the way. You can click on 10-day forecast. Tomorrow, 91 or so for your high. We'll go with a 60% chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms that become more isolated on Friday night. And then come into Saturday, very nice. 86 your high, 85 Sunday. partly sunny skies both days, and it's going to be rain-free. Enjoy that, though, because it got isolated chances of rain in the forecast on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before some better chances return later in the week. And you can see there will be at least some small rain chances as we head through most of the days coming up in the next 10 days. Very active weather pattern taking place for us, so unfortunately it is the way it is. This is a kind of a weird July, is it not? We usually don't have this active of a July, but that's certainly the way it's starting out. And by the way, if you're looking for heat in July, we do see some 90s coming our way, but I don't see any sign of just oppressive 90s into the hundreds yet at this point. And actually, there's some signs that as we head more into the mid-month, that the heat becomes very transient and cools down again. So that could be a good thing. And of course, if we get this very active pattern, that's exactly what's going to go on. It looks like that northwest flow really going to dominate the rest of this month, the way things look right now. Well, that'll keep us very active, and unfortunately, with a lot more of those storm chances in the forecast for quite a while, unfortunately. All right, that's it, folks. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great night. I'll have another update for you tomorrow.